Hey guys, so this video is to kind of show you a few things that you can do on your computer. So I'm just going to start off by telling you exactly what I just did. So I just opened QuickTime Player, and once you open QuickTime Player, if you don't have any videos, it'll just sort of open this bar on top of the screen, like you see right where I'm pointing. And what you'll do is you will go to File, and you will click New Screen Recording. Now you can do your entire screen like I'm doing right now, or once you're in that feature, it'll give you an option to only record, say, a certain window. And if you wanted to record a certain window, you just click and drag over the area where you want displayed, and then it'll start recording right there. So I'm just going to show you for starters in this first part of the video, and I'll make timestamps so that you can find what you're looking for a little bit easier, and I'll put it underneath the video. So one thing I'm going to show you right now is what if you need to modify a PDF file, and you'd usually do it in a Word document, and it's all you have saved on your computer is the PDF, or all you have access to is a PDF. And let's just start with as if you have a PDF on your computer already, whether you already had it handy or you found one online that you like, but you want to edit it. And normally you might just kind of cut, paste the old-fashioned way. So here I'm in an old unit from my school I used to work at, and I have exponential and logarithmic functions in this chapter, and it was chapter 7, and I have old notes, but say it's not chapter 7 here, or there's certain examples that I don't necessarily want to use. So I'm going to open up this PDF file. Now normally it opens in preview on this computer, so I had changed that. So one thing I did was I went to open with, and I had it open with this Adobe instead. What that allows me to do is there's more, and there's other things that we can open this up with too. I'm just picking the first thing I saw. I don't want to make this too complicated. So if I open this with Adobe as I just did right here, this is what it looks like, okay? So this is the old note file I used to print out and hand my students, and I also use it to display on the board, and I gave it to them at the beginning of the chapter. Now if I want to edit this, we're in Adobe right now. For starters, you have a few cool features in here. For one thing you can do is, let's just hover, edit current tool set. Then we also have add a sticky note. So if you wanted to add a sticky note to this file somewhere, click on it, write a note for yourself for whatever reason. Sure, that's there. I'm going to delete that though. I don't really care for that. Highlighter, which probably don't really need too much. We can delete a single page out of it. And we can rotate a page in case for some reason, it would make more sense to turn the other way. Edit text and images. Well, let's see what happens when we click on this. Now, everything is in here, and if you see, like I clicked on stuff and it sort of made text boxes for me. So you can go right into this word where it says domain, and if I wanted to not say domain anymore, I could just type right in here and it'll do that for me. It's recognizing that this was typed before. I can also go in here and maybe, we don't use the abbreviation horizontal asymptote HA, so maybe I want to type the whole thing. Oops, sorry, can't type it out instead. I could do that as well. If I want to maybe move this box somewhere, I can move it wherever I want to place it. Maybe I just want the font a little bit smaller because it's a little huge and aggressive, partly because I use this, like I said, on to project it onto the smartboard. So maybe I make it a little smaller. You can do these types of things in here as well, okay? While I'm at it, I'm just going to scooch that and scooch this so it's not on top. Maybe we want to say, what are the domain and range? Please use interval notation and be a little bit more specific. But for the notes, if we're doing this from home, from wherever, I'm sort of assuming that I'm going to be able to fill out the notes packet on video in some way, and I can specify that here, and any worksheets that are being completed for the students on their own, they can have more explicit directions instead. Over here, I might change this instead of chapter 7, since it's not really in a book, maybe I will just call it unit 7, sections 1 through 6. Then over here, this is an image, so I can't change the words the way I could change it in something that had been typed because it was just a screenshot. So maybe I want to delete it, right? Or maybe Control Z, I put that back. Maybe I just want to add a different, add a text or an image of my own and just cover up 7.1 with, something else. But if I'm calling it Unit 7, I really think that that's okay. Obviously, we could do some stretching and compressing and whatnot. Here we can insert a page from another file. Here I am, I'm at section 7.4, properties of logarithms. So it's still in this edit mode. So I want to close tools pane. Okay, that's gone. So maybe what I want to do is I'm like, wow, okay, I have my notes here and I'm going to do this part with the students, however we're going to do it. We'll talk about that part later, but these are fine, but that's, it's pretty brief, it's simple. We got product property, quotient property, power property. We have a few examples of simplifying logarithms. We have a few examples of expanding logarithms. We introduced the change of base formula. We have a few examples of that, and then boom, we're moving to another section. So what if after page 20 over here, what if I want to insert the homework file I have? So it's all in one PDF, right? So I want to insert this file here, and over here is where that icon is. You see the green arrow, insert page from another file. So it's probably a good idea to know what files you have everything organized. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to go back to this folder and kind of look around and see what I have. So I have a few things saved, other PDFs. So one file I have, I call it Blurple because it was a bluish purple book that I got some of these examples from. So answer the following questions. What is the product property? What is the quotient property? And what is the power property? Number 4, circle or box the expanded side. Underline the simplified or condensed side. Should the exponent be up front? Yada, yada, yada. So there's some questions. And then there's some more examples for students to more or less do on their own. So we have all of these here, and it looks like it's a couple pages. And then here we have expand. So it looks like 40 problems, but nothing crazy. So say maybe you want to give this for, actually it's probably more than 40, right? Because this goes to 10. Oh no, it starts at 11. So say you want to insert this document at the end, okay? So there's that option. Or, even a CUDA software, save it as a PDF, and you could put that sheet in there, and you don't have to do the pages with the answers, of course, which are saved at the end, but it's an option. You could even edit and cover up where it says CUDA software, so the students don't really figure out that they can just search for the answers. So we're going to go back into my file right here. We're going to click, so we're in Adobe. Now I click the insert. You might have to look for it here, wherever you have it saved. So I'm going to go back a bit to start fresh my desktop. Here's my folder, exponential, section 4. And I want this, it's only going to let you click on a PDF. So I'm clicking on the first one I had open. Location, after first page, after the last page, after page 20 of 27. Okay. So now, after page 20 of the 27 pages, we have the homework already inserted, and I'm ready for it to go. You could even go and edit this to even say 7.4 properties of logarithms homework, and it'll already be there for you to do. We had clicked on this before. No, I didn't want this one though. Cancel, sorry. We played around with, tools. So if I go in here where it says property of logarithms, I can go ahead and write homework. I can just stretch out this text box, and we can hit enter, answer the following questions. Great. Anything else I want to space out? I want to change the page numbers now because it's all messed up. It's up to you. So we have that done. We can save it and post that as a PDF. All right, so that is phase 1 of this video. If you wanted to end your screen recording, all you have to do is I will right-click on QuickTime, and I will hit stop screen recording, and it will end the recording session.